I have some breaking news to bring you. The legendary actor Robert Redford, one of the biggest stars in Hollywood in the 1970s. He was also an activist known for his political activism as well, for his founding of the Sundance Film Festival too. We have just had it confirmed that Robert Redford has died. He was 89.
Robert Redford's funeral brought together family, friends, and fans worldwide to honor his life and career. He made a lasting impact on many generations. What touched everyone the most were the words spoken by his wife, Sibylle. Her tribute was heartfelt, personal, and sincere, which made the room quiet. So who was Robert Redford? Why did his wife share such moving words? Let's explore the incredible life of Robert Redford. Sibylle's tribute to Robert Redford. The funeral for Robert Redford was a heavy and heartfelt day. The church was filled with friends, family, and fans, all gathered to honor a man who lived a long, incredible life. The air was heavy with a mix of sorrow and reverence. But it was his wife, Sibylle, whose words touched everyone, leaving a lasting impact. Sibylle wasn't just his partner. She was his rock through all the highs and lows of life. When she spoke, the church fell silent, and everyone listened closely. She looked elegant, but you could feel her pain as if she were speaking directly to him. She began by saying that no words could truly capture his identity, but she would try because he deserved it. Sibylle talked about Robert not just as a famous actor and director, but as the man she shared her home with. She mentioned his love for peaceful mornings, enjoying sunlight through the trees, his passion for nature, and his unexpected sense of humor. She remembered how he could truly listen in a world where people often talk over one another. One of his greatest gifts to her was making others feel seen and valued. Sibylle noted his strength even at the end. His body may have slowed, but his spirit remained strong. He kept dreaming and exploring new ideas. She shared his heartfelt saying, "Life isn't about how long we live, but how deeply we live it." She smiled through tears, saying he embodied this through his films, activism, friendships, and especially his love for family. His films, such as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and All the President's Men, not only entertained but also inspired and provoked thought. His activism, particularly in environmental conservation, left a lasting impact on the world. Her tribute was not just about memory, it was full of gratitude. She thanked him for their life together and for the adventures they had, both big and small. She painted a picture of evenings spent watching silent sunsets, emphasizing how simple moments mattered. She said Robert taught her that true greatness comes from kindness, inspiration, and being true to oneself. At one point, her voice broke, and she paused, hand on her heart. The love and loss in the air were palpable. She continued, saying that while the world lost an icon, she lost her partner, confidant, and best friend. Despite her sadness, she found peace knowing his spirit lives on in his work, the causes he supported, and the people he inspired. Sibylle's words gave everyone a personal view of Robert Redford. For those who only knew him from movies, she showed him as a humble, warm person. For those who knew him well, her words echoed their own memories of his quiet influence. As she finished, she touched the casket and whispered, "Thank you, my love." It was a goodbye and a promise to keep his memory alive. His light would shine through her and all who loved him. After silence, soft sobs and gentle clapping filled the room, not for a performance, but in gratitude for a well-lived life. In that moment, everyone understood. Robert Redford's story didn't end there. Through Sibylle's heartfelt tribute, his legacy was not just remembered, but felt, connecting everyone as they said their goodbyes. Robert Redford. Early life. Charles Robert Redford Jr. was born in Santa Monica, California, on August 18, 1936. His mother was Martha Woodruff Redford, born in 1914 in Austin, Texas, who passed away in 1955. His father, Charles Robert Redford Sr., was also born in 1914 and worked as an accountant until 1991. Robert had a half-brother named William. The Redford family has Irish, Scottish, and English roots. His great-great-grandfather, Elisha Redford, came from England and was a Protestant. He married Mary Ann McCreary, who was from an Irish Catholic family. They emigrated from Manchester, England, to New York City in 1849 and later settled in Stonington, Connecticut, where they had a son named Charles. On his mother's side, his family includes the Hart family from Galway, Ireland, Robert's formative years were spent in Van Nuys, California, where his father worked in El Segundo. Despite living in California, the family frequently visited Robert's grandfather in Austin. These visits shaped his love for nature and commitment to protecting the environment, a cause he championed throughout his life. During his teenage years, Robert faced challenges. He attended Van Nuys High School, where a classmate named Don Drysdale became a Major League Baseball pitcher. Robert described himself as a bad student and preferred sports and art over studying. As a teenager, he warmed up tennis star Pancho Gonzalez at the Los Angeles Tennis Club. At age 11, he had a mild case of polio, which helped him build resilience. After graduating in 1954, he attended the University of Colorado in Boulder for a year and a half and joined the Kappa Sigma fraternity. To help pay for school, he worked at a restaurant and bar called The Sink, where a painting of him still hangs on the wall. However, college became difficult for him. Robert started drinking heavily, which affected his health and caused him to lose his half scholarship. He eventually got kicked out of school. This low point led him to travel to Europe, where he explored France, Spain, and Italy, gaining new experiences along the way. Robert Redford, acting career. After Robert Redford returned to the United States, he studied theater at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City. At first, it was tough for him. He was shy and introverted, while his classmates were outgoing and showy. In one class, he got frustrated during a scene with another student. But instead of giving up, his teacher encouraged him. She told him he had real talent and should keep acting. By 1959, Redford had graduated and had his first job in a Perry Mason episode. He later called this opportunity a turning point as his career began to grow. His big break came in 1963 with Neil Simon's Broadway play Barefoot in the Park, which made him a stage star. He later acted in the film versions with Jane Fonda. Around this time, Redford was also focusing on his personal life. He married Lola Van Wagenen. Their early days were difficult. Their first baby, Scott, died from sudden infant death syndrome in 1959. They later had a daughter, Shauna, in 1960, a son, David, in 1962, and a daughter, Amy, in 1970. In 1961, as his acting career was starting, Redford moved his family to Utah. He bought 2 acres of land for $500 and built a cabin himself. He later said, "I discovered how important nature was in my life, and I wanted to be somewhere where nature was powerful and everlasting." In 1969, his career took off with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which he starred in alongside Paul Newman. The film was a huge success, winning 4 Oscars and making Redford a Hollywood star. He credited Newman with helping him get the role and felt grateful for their friendship. They worked together again in 1973's The Sting, which won Best Picture. The 1970s were great for Redford. He starred in popular films like Jeremiah Johnson in 1972, The Way We Were in 1973 with Barbra Streisand, The Great Gatsby in 1974, and All the President's Men in 1976 with Dustin Hoffman, which told the Watergate story. During Jeremiah Johnson, he clashed with the studio over his vision for the film, showing his future as a director and advocate for independent films. He remembered, "It was a battle from the very beginning. The studio told me, 'You've got $4 million. Please put it in the bank in Salt Lake City. You can film wherever you want, but that's it. If you go over, it comes out of your own pocket.'" The film featured little dialogue and beautiful visuals about a veteran who escaped society for a mountain life. Even after delays because executives thought it was too strange, it made nearly $45 million. For Redford, this experience highlighted the fight for creative control. He said, "The sad thing you must work against is the beliefs about what works or doesn't work. They say sports movies don't work, political movies don't work, and movies about the press don't. So I went and made all 3. In 1980, he directed Ordinary People, a drama about a troubled suburban family. The film won Best Picture, and he earned Best Director. He continued acting in blockbusters like The Natural in 1984, which reflected his love for baseball, and Indecent Proposal in 1993, alongside a young Demi Moore. As a director, he worked on A River Runs Through It in 1992, which won 3 Oscars, Quiz Show in 1994, and both starred in and directed The Horse Whisperer in 1998. With his looks and charm, he often got typecast as the romantic lead, such as in Out of Africa in 1985. However, he was unsatisfied with that role. "I didn't see myself like others. It was flattering, but it felt limiting. I was stuck in the role of the good-looking leading man, and it took me many years to break free of that image. How did he pass away, and what legacy did he leave behind? Let's find out. Robert Redford, death and lasting impact. Robert Redford passed away peacefully in his sleep on September 16, 2025, at his home in Sundance, Utah. He was 89 years old. His death shocked Hollywood and the world, prompting many people from the entertainment industry and public life to pay their respects. Jane Fonda, his longtime friend and co-star, was among the first to share her thoughts, writing, "He meant a lot to me and was beautiful in every way. He stood for an America we have to keep fighting for." Meryl Streep, who acted with him in Out of Africa, remembered him as one of the lions and wished him peace. Others, such as director Ron Howard, actress Marlee Matlin, actor Coleman Domingo, writer Stephen King, and even U.S. President Donald Trump, also praised him and his influence. These tributes highlighted the significant impact Redford had on movies and culture. Variety called him the godfather of independent film for founding the Sundance Film Institute. His star power in the 1970s was unmatched. Andrew Pulver from The Guardian referred to him as a giant of American cinema and a key movie star of that decade. Redford was not only an actor, he cared deeply about the environment and independent storytelling. In 1981, he founded the Sundance Institute to support new talent and bold voices in film and theater. His Sundance Resort became a creative hub, hosting yearly workshops for writers and filmmakers. The Sundance Film Festival grew from this, becoming the largest festival for independent films in the U.S. Many careers launched from this festival. Steven Soderbergh gained recognition with Sex, Lies, and Videotape in 1989. Quentin Tarantino broke through with Reservoir Dogs in 1992, and Ryan Coogler drew attention with Fruitvale Station in 2013. For these creators, Redford's support helped transform modern filmmaking. In 2002, he received an honorary Oscar for acting and his work to support the film industry and uplift new voices. Even later, he remained passionate about storytelling and protecting the planet. He did not want to retire, often saying he had more to offer. In a 2015 interview with CNN's Christiane Amanpour, he stated, "I want to make the most of what I've been given. You keep pushing yourself forward. You try new things, and that's invigorating." These words perfectly captured his spirit. Robert Redford's fortune. After Robert Redford passed away, he left behind a large fortune that reflected his successful Hollywood career. According to Celebrity Net Worth, he earned about $200 million during his time in the industry, which shows his hard work, talent, and ability to stay relevant over the years. In the early days, he earned good pay. For 1973's The Sting with Paul Newman, he made $500,000. A few years later, in 1977, he earned $2 million for A Bridge Too Far, and by 1979, he was paid $3.5 million for The Electric Horseman. By the 1990s, he was very successful, and his earnings showed it. He received over $4 million for the 1993 film Indecent Proposal. His biggest payday was an impressive $11 million base salary for 2001's The Last Castle. Even in his later years, he continued to get major roles. In 2014, at age 76, he joined the Marvel Universe as Alexander Pierce in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, reportedly earning about $4 million for that supporting role. His wealth did not come easily. It resulted from nearly 70 years of hard work in acting, directing, producing, and founding the Sundance Film Festival, which changed the game for independent filmmakers. Although not fully confirmed, reports from Excalibur suggest that his widow, Sibylle Szaggars, is likely the main heir to his multi-million-dollar estate. What do you think about Sibylle Szaggars' surprising tribute to her husband, Robert Redford? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.